What is up, guys? Jerry here, back with a new video. I know it's been a long time since I posted my last video. I kind of got really lazy with doing my stuff, you know. But anyways, we're back, baby. We're live. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys the best possible settings, in my opinion, for console players on Fortnite. I'm gonna cover every single setting, ranging from the audio to gameplay and controls. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you guys want to see more Fortnite videos, just comment down below. Alright, so let's get into it. So first off, starting off with the region, wherever you guys live. For example, there's Asia, Brazil, Oceania, Europe, all of that. Like, pay attention to where you live. If you don't know where you live, put auto. But don't rely on auto for most of it, cause it might change you to other servers without you knowing it, and then you're gonna get mad that you get lag. But if you do know where you live, if you don't live under a rock and you live in Asia, then put Asia, Brazil, Oceania. That's for Central Americans around Puerto Rico and all of that. Europe, of course. And NA West and NA East. NA means North America, so basically Canada, Alaska, United States, and Mexico. If you live on the west side like I do, then you go NA West. If you go on the east side, if you live on the east side, then go NA East. The higher the milliseconds, the more lag you might have. For example, 192. That's a lot. And so if you just want to go to like a random other server other than where you live, just to be fun, just to murder noobs of other places, then you might experience a lot of lag. See right here, 225 compared to 148 for NA West. So I'm gonna keep it NA West because I don't like auto. It might change sometimes depending on if it glitches or whatever. And mouse sensitivity, you don't, unless you play with mouse, do not touch this. But for me, sometimes I'm gonna admit it, sometimes I do play with mouse, and I have it at 28. But if you do not play with mouse, do not touch this setting. It's pointless. It's not gonna change anything in your game. So yeah. And then for these two, wireless controller sensitivity X, wireless controller sensitivity Y, those are the how hard you push the right stick, that it recognizes it. So basically, the harder you push, that you want to push for it to recognize it, the lower it is. So for example, oh, hold on, let me put that back. So for example, for the setting I have it at right now, it just a little push will make it go really fast. So the higher it is, the more little push you need to move around. X-axis, the X one, it's for left and right, and Y is for when you look up and down. Alright. And yeah, I have mine at 7. I wanted to balance it because I want to build fast and also aim good at the same time. It takes a little time to get used to it, but for example, me 5, it was too slow for me because I love getting in build off, so that would be too slow in my opinion. So yeah, I had to balance it, you know. In my opinion, I think this is really balanced. If you need time, I suggest going 6, then going 7 after you get used to 6, and then go to 7, cause that's exactly what I did, and I'm godlike at building, you know. So yeah, Y is for looking up and down, and X is for looking left and right, just in case you want to mix and match it up a little bit. And for mouse ADS sensitivity, this is also for mouse and keyboard users on PlayStation, so don't really touch this. But mine, for like I said, when I do play, sometimes I have it at 1. So yeah, if you mouse users are looking at this video, then there you go. And here we get to the to some interesting parts. Wireless controller ADS sensitivity. That's hold on. Let me put this back. Wireless controller ADS sensitivity is when you're aiming down sights. For example, when you're aiming with the AR, shotgun, this and this. And the higher it is, the faster it is when you aim. The faster it is when you move around and aim. I have mine at 80 because sometimes, you know, people like jumping a lot, so I have to track them up and down. So you gotta stick with your man sometimes, you know. And then for scope sensitivity, this is for rifle scopes, when you're scoped with a sniper, when you're depending on how most of the time on if you want to, basically depending on how good you are at snipers, you just change it. This is also the same thing goes for ADS sensitivity. The higher up it is, the faster it is. But I have mine at 75 because I don't want to aim too fast all of a sudden when I'm aiming at a guy, because it's going to be inaccurate, of course, and not hit a shot. And that's it for that. So 80 and 75. For invert view, guys, no, just don't do that. Just don't. Yeah, it changes, it flips your screen. You know, it's pointless. So don't do that. Streamer mode, unless you're a famous streamer like you're Ninja or something, unless you would turn that on. What that does, it turns off the names of other players that killed you. For example, Dusty Dildo XX would come up as player 38 or player 238. So it's basically, it gives every player a random username. So yeah, unless you're a really popular streamer that streams Fortnite a lot, then you might want to turn this on, because it people like stream sniping on there. So yeah. And for scale of the HUD, this is basically the map and everything that's on your screen. That's not the game. The HUD, the health bar, the building thing, the buttons, all of that. I have mine at 1 because it doesn't really bother me that much. It's really pointless to me, unless you really get bothered with that, you might want to lower it. For show spectator count, I have it on because I like seeing my enemies look at me, murder everybody, and get first place. You know, the ones that I killed. It's just very satisfying, you know. And for sprint cancels reloading, I don't have that on because I don't want to be in the storm and then reload and stop just to reload and take more damage from the storm. And just like scenarios like those, you know, or when you're running away from an enemy and reloading. Tap to search, no, I'm already used to holding square, unless you're used to playing other games with this same feature, then you might want to change it up. Toggle targeting, that's off because it's the price option. It's basically tap to search but tap to aim. Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like pressing it and pressing it again. Like especially when you get in a gunfight, you're not gonna have enough time to react if you have that on. Auto equip better items, of course I have that on. When you're going through loot and you want to pick up bullets and shotgun shells and materials, all of that. So you don't pick it up manually with the square, it picks it up by itself. Aim assist on. This is, please listen to me. You do not want to turn this off. For especially console players, do not turn this off. What it does, it helps you with their aim, literally. If you were a PC player, or you literally have a mouse and you have 200% accuracy if you have a PC, but on console it's very hard, so do not turn this off. Unless you want to presume that you're a pro player and all of this, you might want to turn it off. I don't know, that's your choice, but I have mine on just like a normal player would. We said building choice, of course I have this on too, because if you get in the build battle and you have pyramids equipped, I mean if you're getting shot at and you have pyramids equipped, how's that gonna go? You're gonna die. That's why every time you hesitate, you build walls instead of pyramids, so you don't get murked right there and then. So you might want to have that on. Turbo building, yes, I have that on because I do not want to build up to a hill and fall just because I didn't look at my materials. So also keep that on so you don't die at the stupidest things. Auto material change, the same thing goes for that. Control auto, and no, turn this off, guys. For me, every time I would get in a gunfight, I would go crazy with my fingers, and I would always auto run by accident towards the most random things in a gunfight, and I would always die easily. So I don't. If you're a hectic player and hyper like me, you might want to turn that off, cause that's a no-no for me. I run at the most random times with that on, so I turned it off. Vibration on, cause of course every time you play FPS game or anything like that, you always gotta have it on. There's no point in having it off. Record replays on, yes, cause you want to see all your victory reels and all of that. Record large team replays, unless you play a lot of game modes like 50v50 and sniper shootout and stuff like that. You might want to have that on just in case you make some highlights and you want to see it, you know. So yeah, guys, that's it for this section. Now moving on to brightness, have it at 50 because that's the default for every game that there is. 50, of course. Unless you want to see stuff easier, then you want to turn it up a little bit. But I like to keep mine at 50. For music volume, I keep mine at 10. Sound effects volume at 35, 25, 100, 50, and subtitles on and voice chat on. Music volume, to be honest, it's too loud. Too loud. When people join my game, it's very loud. And I could barely hear them because the music is so dang loud. And for sound effects volume, that's everything in game, every sound in game. You definitely want to have this up. If you don't, you're basically gonna die every game because you don't know where nothing is happening or what's coming to you or if there's a player near you and stuff like that. Dialogue volume, I don't really know what this does when the characters don't even talk, so I just keep that at 25. Voice chat 100. When you put fill with random players, you want to hear them clearly and all, so you put it at 1. Cinematics volume 50. This doesn't really do anything. It's only for like the special events, like the little trailer for the meteor that hit Dusty Divot. You know, that really doesn't really do anything either. Moving on to color correction, unless you're colorblind, you might want to change it. This is not me. I'm not colorblind, so I keep it at off. Spacebar, this is for all you keyboard and mouse users. I keep mine. I literally haven't changed mine at all, so you guys might want to do this yourselves. I'm sorry, I'm not a cool kid, you know. And moving on to this is controller. The controls in a game really define how you play. For me, I play Combat Pro. Why? Cause it's easy. I build fast. I'm just good at it, you know. If I were to play standard, which I was for a long time, then I can't move between you can't really move between a gun to the left or gun to the right. You can only move to the right, and everything is just weird with that. So if you wanna build faster and switch guns faster and have better opportunities to kill people, then switch from standard to Combat Pro. You might want to switch to Builder Pro if you're really interested in building, really dedicated to being a good builder. Then you might want to switch to Builder Pro because there's a certain button for each thing for building. For example, R1 is a floor, R2 is a wall, L2 is stairs, and L1 is roof. So if you ever mess up building with Combat Pro or standard or whatever you're using, you might want to switch over to Builder Pro to build faster. I tried it, but in my opinion, I think it's laggy every time. You have to double press it, and you have to double press the button for it to build the thing. It's another second delay for it to build it. So if I were you, I'd just stick with Combat Pro because you don't make enough mistakes, and it's faster than Builder Pro in my opinion. But yeah, if you want, you could try out Builder Pro. Yeah, and that's it, guys. I don't really know what this account does, but yeah, guys. So it's Combat Pro, nothing. Wait, whatever you're colorblind at. 10, 35, 25, 1, 50 on. 50, and whatever your matchmaking region is, 28, 7, 7, 1, 1, 80, 75, off, 1, on, off, on, off, on, off. So that's basically all my settings, guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay clean, and God bless. Oh, and also, if you guys want more videos like these, or if you want even gameplay or me to stream Fortnite, comment down below, because I will more than happily do it.